Okay, we got Otis right here, good friend of mine, Otis, and Karl, another good friend of mine, and these guys kind of like, you know, they come on Nuke the Fridge once in a while, and they do, you know, we usually bring them along if we can for the viewings, and they always have a good opinion. I respect what they have to say, and we're going to start off with Otis. What do you think of Star Trek?
Star Trek was excellent. I thought, first of all, I had no expectations when I went in to see the film. You know, I wasn't looking for anything super exciting, and it actually surprised me how exciting it was. I would point out, though, that it had a different feel from Star Trek, and that's going to probably be said, but I think they explain things that I'm not going to let you know until you go see the film yourself, that I think make it work for what we saw. And overall, I thought the mannerisms and the way they captured the characters and the actual actors that portrayed them in the classic series, I thought were pretty spot on. I especially loved Karl as Dr. McCoy. He was awesome. I love the explanation for how he got his name, Bones. I thought that Zachariah Quinto was an excellent Spock. And it's kind of hard because you see him so much as Siler that it's like now you have to kind of see him as Spock. And I think he fits the character of Spock and his mannerisms as a person much more than he fits Siler. It just kind of gels with, I think, his character as a person. I thought Chris Pine was excellent from the very first scene that he's in, and I won't reveal that scene to you. He does one very particular thing that William Shatner did on so many occasions, on so many episodes of the classic Star Trek, and it was this thing he did with an expression that he did when he was at this one particular bar, and when he did that, I was like, he got it down. He didn't even have, the voice didn't have to match or anything. It's just the facial mannerisms that I thought were great. I thought Scotty, you know, Simon Pegg did an excellent job as Scotty. Everyone, John Chow did an excellent job as Sulu. Everyone did a pretty good job. I thought they were great.
Now that we're talking about Spock, which is my favorite Star Trek character, do you think he showed too much emotion for one movie? Because I mean, there was always that hint that, you know, he does have emotion in the old school ones, like, you know, kind of like a wink at the camera. Don't you think the thing where like he lost it because his planet got destroyed, that's one thing, but now he's kissing her love, and then it's like, okay, well, you know, and wasn't it a little bit too much? Well, what do you think? I thought it was. Just a little bit. I mean, it's still good. But
my opinion on it was that I thought that I agree with Lewis. I thought it was a little bit of emotion, but there's one thing they did in there by showing kind of the beginning of Spock's origin that let me go, okay, he's eventually going to get to the Spock that we know. Like he's going to get there. It's like I think he's still holding on to some stuff, and there's something that happens in the movie that I think is going to allow him to let go of something in his past. It's going to make him more the Spock that we know. I think. No. Well, I don't want to tell them.
No, I mean,
he'll die. Well, someone died, and then I think from here on out he's going to start evolving into the Spock we know and pulling away from the emotions so he can be more reserved to himself, which is a great explanation for him being so kind of closed off, I think.
Did you like the score?
The score, the thing is, I'm curious about the score because it wasn't that it bothered me, but the thing about the score is that why wasn't it just like variations and themes of the original? I mean, I'm just curious. Yeah. I'm really curious why they made that choice. I don't know what
copyright.
Exactly. I don't know if it was because they didn't have the rights. I don't know. I thought that's something that maybe they might want to look in for the next film and tighten that up.
I thought the score was a little bit kind of simple. Like
it was simple.
Yeah, it was not very memorable.
Put it this way: Star Trek has one of the most memorable scores ever. Yes. And it's like that score sounded like the score for some other film, like another science fiction film. Right. It's not. It would have been perfect for Chronicles of Riddick, which has no theme. But
or no plot or no story. Okay. Would you like to add anything else?
No. I think with the score, I think he's got. I think he's.
But the movie didn't score with the score.
And the sissy Kirk. But
wait a minute. If you watch classic Trek,
he did do that.
Kirk does it all the time. That's his mannerism.
Kirk was gay all the time. All right. Okay, now we have Karl. Karl, here. What did you think of the movie?
Definitely worthy of the title Star Trek.
I thought it was really, really good. Everybody almost was dead on in their characters. I have to agree with Otis about Spock. It's a phase that he has to go through in order to become stronger, to resist emotion. So he becomes the Spock that we all know, who's almost no emotion, who's cold. So yeah, he has to go through this. He has to let this out. So the thing with Aurora, though, I think he decided to let him go. He let himself go and have emotions and love, because I think it seemed like he kind of saw in his dad that the reason why his dad married his mom is because he loved her, and not just because it was logical for him to do so, just so that he could study Earth or Earthlings or humans in general. So yeah, I could totally understand why they had to do that.
Do you think the original Aurora was better looking?
I don't know.
I kind of think this. I think the old school one had better legs. The face, no, but again, she may have had like a '60s look that I just don't understand.
It's just indicative of the time.
Yeah, but her legs were hot back then, and they still are. That's the only reason you get the Blu-ray. What about the green girl? She was kind of hot. The one
that took me off. I was thinking, what was She-Hulk doing in there?
She was like the only green person in the movie.
Oh my God! I'm like, what? Then I had to like tell myself, look, there are aliens in this. So
yeah, we were thinking the effects.
Great. Island did a great job, banged up job. I loved all the angles of all the action scenes, everything. You felt depth from certain scenes. So yeah, it was really, really, really good.
Now you're a big-time Star Wars fan. How would you rate this compared to at least the trilogy?
I'm gonna have to go with what Lewis says. I think this is like the resurrection of Star Trek, or as far as I see.
It did what a Star Trek film should do.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, and Star Wars, the prequels didn't do what they should have done.
There are a lot of people out there who might debate you on that, but yeah.
Well, they could debate all they want, but Jar Jar wasn't a real part of the main character.
Yeah, he was 90% of the film, actually. That's why they called him the star of Star Wars.
So you think May 4th should just be Star Trek?
I think Star Wars already owns that, but it's a nice touch.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nuke the Fridge has a new thing. It's Today the Revolution Begins. May 4th will now be Star Trek Day. It's going to take over Star Wars Day.
Yes, because the film is a good film.
May the Trek be with you.
And I gotta add this for J.J. Abrams. Lewis is right. Jar Jar Binks, we all know. They managed to put a character in there that was this weird little alien, but he was just there. Like he didn't interact with the film or destroy it or become a main character. Exactly. I thought that was a nice nod on Abrams.
Okay, well, anyways, it's NukeTheFridge.com. We want to thank everybody for tuning in to my crappy reviews on video, and see you at the movies, and see you on NukeTheFridge.com. Bye.